Hi everybody, Matt Geary for Geek Pride here, and do I have something super special for you tonight. Now first, a question. Who has two thumbs and just interviewed Sam Jones, aka Flash Frickin' Gordon? That's right, Geek brothers and sisters, I had the distinct privilege to talk to Sam Jones, aka Flash Gordon, on the phone yesterday. And he phoned me! Which was amazing, because I tried to phone him and kept on getting through to his answer machine, and I was like, bummer, I'm not going to be able to interview you, and boom. And then, obviously, must have seen the call, got my message, he gave me a call back. Problem was, I was halfway to the gym at the time, and had to stop the car, but it was quality because he chatted to me all the way home until I got upstairs to my recording equipment, which was super cool. And I was just like, Sam Jones, Flash Gordon, is phoning me right now. And the completely nerdy thing about it is like my phone has a picture of him because I stored his number and I stored a picture, Flash Gordon, with a ringtone. So when my phone went, it was Flash Gordon phoning me. Yep, that just happened. So yes, that's what this is going to be. The whole interview I had with Mr. Jones, the absolute legend that he is. So enjoy. Thanks a lot for giving us some of your time, Sam. I know you're probably very busy, so it's really appreciated. And without further ado, I'll quickly move on to the questions. Now, I know most people will probably ask you about your movie career straight away, but I thought I'd go for a different angle and hit you with a question about your job outside of your acting. Now, I believe you were a Marine before you became an actor, and that sort of kind of moved on because you are now you're in a private security firm. Or you used to run a private security firm, and I was just wondering, has there been any time during when you were in the Marines or when you're with this private security firm that you had any hairy situations?
Yeah, not really, because we do a lot of preparation, a lot of advanced work. I mean, the similarities of movie making and running security operations are almost the same to make a movie. It's about 90% preparation and 10% of actual filming. It's the same thing with the security operation. It's all about the preparation and the planning. So, we follow good intelligence reports and all that. We really haven't had any, been with the 10 years doing the cross-border security operations, we really haven't had any issues. And we're always, a good security professional is trained. If he sees something that's not right, he's trained to run away, to drive away from the threats or the problems. Basically to evacuate the person he's protecting and to get out of there. So we've seen quite a few things up ahead. Wasn't quite sure what it was, so we just kept moving. We would evade by turning right or making a U-turn.
Okay.
So we've been very fortunate, especially in the border cities of Mexico, where we primarily operate. But just to be clear, I don't have my small security company anymore. I found out really quick it was best. It was more cost effective to be subcontracted by much larger security companies, and of course it helped me to eliminate any type of overhead that I had. So that's what I do now. I'm basically for hire. My services either as a security professional, obviously, and that covers a lot from actually in the field to actually consulting as well. So I love it. I enjoy it, and this is what I do. This is what I do on a daily basis if I'm not making a movie or TV show or a personal appearance somewhere. Especially with the success of TED, I've had the opportunity recently to have had offers all over the world for personal appearances, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I do. If I'm not running security ops and I'm
what would you
making a
prefer?
movie or TV series or something like that.
So if you had to choose between one career path or the other, what one would you pick?
I love them both. They're both very similar. I mean, the reason why I like because I live in San Diego, which is just across the border. What I like about this, I get to come home because I'm just operating it in the border cities, so it means I get to come home each night to my family.
Right.
Of course, I love making films as well, and I get to take my wife with me sometimes, or maybe some of the kids. But yeah, I mean, I go to wherever I am in demand.
Do you get any guys you're obviously protecting who know that you were Flash Gordon, are kind of taken aback by it, or are they all sort of kind of blue collar businessmen who don't really have a clue about stuff like that?
Yeah, it's a very good point. You're the only one that's ever really figured that out. But you're absolutely right. What I'm talking about is the executives, the corporate executives who are primary. Yeah, they sort of live in a different world of that corporate world. They don't watch a lot of movies or TV shows, etc. It has come up in the past, but I had the opportunity to actually prove myself as a security professional before the principal found out that I was Flash Gordon.
Brilliant. Okay, so there's obviously a theme. You've been a Marine, doing a security firm, playing a galactic hero. Is it in your nature to be the sort of proverbial chivalric knight, wanting to protect people, help people, or do you do it for other reasons? Is it for the buzz, or?
No, I think it comes natural for me. I think it was as a young child, just being very conscious of safety and security, and of course in the military. And I just think it comes natural for me. If you probably interviewed my children or my wife, they'd probably say the same thing. That a lot of times I probably go over the top. I'm probably very extreme. When it comes to safety. I mean, whether I'm in San Diego or London or Mexico or really any high risk environment or any just normal environment, I treat it all exactly the same. I'm the only guy that's, I don't know if the only guy, but if I'm in a normal situation like a red carpet event or, on a set of a movie, believe me, my eyes are looking everywhere. I'm studying people. I'm studying their behavior. I'm looking for obvious red flags. Why is this guy behaving like this, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm always doing that. Because I don't want to, and I train my children the same thing.
Okay.
Always, it's basic situational awareness. It's just being aware of your environment and the people around you. And usually you can. It doesn't take a professional to spot strange behavior, and once you spot it, then it's your advantage. You have the edge at that point. You can actually see something coming, and hopefully not only be proactive, but hopefully you can prevent it as well.
Now, I was going to ask you this later on, but because it's been brought up, I believe during the filming, or just before the filming of Flash Gordon, you got mugged in Leicester Square?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. It was just a strange deal. I was out, and nobody told me where to go or where not to go at that point. And I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I was told later on that it was a football team that traveled to London from Scotland, and they were in town for a big football match. I think I had a Los Angeles baseball hat on, and they didn't like that. Next thing I knew, I was okay dealing with a couple of them, but once they surrounded me, like 12 of them, I was pretty much
I'll have to find out what football match that was. And I'm going to guess if it was a Scottish team, you're going to be thinking one of the big ones like Rangers or Celtic or something along those lines. But yeah.
Maybe. Yes, but and I almost lost the part because I had a lot of stitches in my chin and had some other smaller injuries. So I probably almost lost the part because we had not started filming yet. But the irony of it all, our first week of filming was actually in Scotland at the Isle of Skye. So
sweet irony.
Yeah, and probably one of the best times I ever had. I mean, I took off alone by myself, and I went out to the countryside to a couple of different pubs, a couple of different places, and of course we're talking about older gentlemen who lived on the Isle, and they basically took me under their wing, and it was incredible. It was an incredible experience on the Isle of Skye in 1979.
So it didn't give you a bad experience then, I'm assuming like some people might come to a country and then they get mugged and the first thing they're thinking is, I'm not going back to that country again.
No. You have to do the math. You have to do the mathematics on it. What was going on? They were drinking. They were athletes. They were in another town, and they saw that I was the so-called, I must be a rival to the fact that I'm a Yankee, a California kid. And so you put all that together, mixed with alcohol. It's going to happen anywhere in the world.
That's quite a good way to think of things. Okay, so we'll move on. Obviously, we started talking about the filming and then Flash Gordon. So you've had quite a prolific with the 35th anniversary of Flash Gordon coming up, and you've got your reunion in London. Is it at the end of the month?
Oh yeah, we're going to be there on the night of the 28th. Yeah,
28th.
At BAFTA.
Yeah, BAFTA. Are you looking forward to that?
Oh, I am. Yeah, a lot of these. Now, I've seen Brian Blessed. I've seen Melody a few times, but this is the first time. This will be the first time that I've seen. It's been over 35 years since I've seen everybody else. So this is a big deal. This is a big event. So we're very, very excited about it.
Did you think, obviously, when you first started as the part of Flash Gordon, did you think this is going to have longevity? Because it's got a massive cult following. I was a huge fan when I was a kid. I remember watching it on it was filmed a year before I was born, but I was brought up on Flash Gordon. I've got very fond memories of the whole thing. Did you think that it was going to have so much longevity? Did you think it was going to last this long and be so strongly thought about for so many years?
No. I mean, you always pray for the very best, but you never really know, And, you're hired for the job, and that in itself is a blessing. The fact that, again, that you're in demand and that people want you. So when I got the job, that was great. And then, you want to do your very best. And third, you want to succeed, but you have no idea because of so many different dynamics involved with the timing of the release, the studio involved, how much do they really want to put into it, and then of course the attitude of the economy, how's the economy at that time, et cetera, et cetera. So all these elements and dynamics that are coming together. But I think with Flash Gordon, it evolved, as you said, into this cult classic that, it's been my age group and my children's age group, and now because of Ted and Ted 2, it's introduced this brand new age demographic, and I think it's there is a longevity, and I think we'll go on and on. It's just amazing. It really is. And, when one goes to watch it, you should try to eliminate any type of brain surgery and trying to figure out this and that. Just go there and enjoy the great adventure. That's what it is. It's just a fun. I think it's hysterical. I think it's extremely funny. Number one, and number two, it's visually, it's just it's an original.
It is. It is. It is.
With all the costumes and the sets and et cetera, et cetera. Of course, the cast of characters and everything about it to me is it's a gem. It's very, very rare in all aspects of it, from the creative talent, to how it started and how it came together. Yeah, it's just.
What about the music? Were you a fan of Queen?
Queen, yeah. I mean, Queen not only complimented it, but Queen brought there's something dynamic. Queen brought high-end value to it.
Yeah.
With their music and their name in general. So it's very, very exciting. And hopefully some of the band members will be able to show up.
That'll be amazing. Yeah, that'll be really good. Brian May. That'll be quality. Okay, so you talked about Ted 1 and 2. Now, I'm sure you've been asked this question before, but how did Seth MacFarlane just phone you up and go, "Hey Sam, I'm Seth MacFarlane. Fancy a job on my movie?"
Yeah, no, he told me a little bit. Basically, what you just said. When you were younger, he saw. So he said, "Sam, when I was 8 years old, I saw it. It changed my life. I knew after watching you and the movie that I knew I wanted to be this creative type guy." And I said, "Well, Seth, you did. You became creative, but a little bit on the perverted side. He thought that was humorous, but I mean, I had no idea at the time when he called. I mean, I knew that he was very successful with his 3 different animated shows, a Family Guy, Cleveland Show, and The American Dad. But I had no idea that those 3 shows is a billion-dollar franchise. I didn't realize that. But anyway, he said, I've written this movie. It's my first movie. It's my first live-action movie. I'm going to direct, and I want you to come in, and especially with the impact that you had on me as a child, I want to bring you in and sort of maybe do a spoof on yourself, to make a parody on yourself." So I said, "Hey, yeah, send me the script. Let's talk about it." So that's what we did. It's been wonderful.
That parody of yourself. So basically, you've got the wall punching, drug snorting, party animal. I'm assuming that is just sort of a fantasy version of you, or was that something that you used to be and that they've sort of brought out? Or?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it's just pieces of me. I don't think it's all me. I mean, maybe one day or a week in my life, or multiple times. Who knows? Who knows? But I think it's pieces and parts of me just sort of put in this blender, and I had the freedom to let go, and I think that's what I did. But as far as being 100% me, no, absolutely not. No. But, again, we've all been there in those party years, those party days.
Agreed. Okay, so with relation to the character himself, now you said obviously there's a lot of people who are effectively inspired by the movie, by yourself. You find that sometimes that famous actors or actors in general don't like being typecast or sort of kind of known as their main character. For example, Alec Guinness hated being known as Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars. When people sort of see you as, for all intents and purposes, as Flash Gordon, does that bother you, or is that something you're quite proud of?
Yes, no, it does not bother me at all. I'm very proud of it, and I don't see why any actor would be upset about the fans, the fan base, and or the general public, are so-called typecasting or stereo. Let's just say stereotypes.
Yeah.
I say my reply to that is, first of all, thank God for being hired, and the provision. Usually in our business, it's a long-term provision that comes with a high-profile or very successful movie and or character. And this has provided incredible provision for myself and my family for all these years. And Plus, I think we owe it to the fans who spend their money at the box office and take the time to sit in front of the television and watch it. So I welcome any and all of that. It's wonderful. It really is.
Okay. I've only got a couple more questions for you. I'll not keep you for too much longer. Obviously, like I said, you've had quite a long, prolific acting career. Even after Flash Gordon, is there any roles you've had, obviously apart from Flash Gordon, that you thought, I really enjoyed that, those really memorable sort of characters that you would hold quite high?
Well, I enjoyed the TV series I did back in '88 called Highwayman.
Yeah.
And we filmed The Highwayman. We were 6 months outside in the Arizona desert. And by the way, I love working outdoors. I would rather work outdoors than indoors anytime. I just love the great outdoors of any country, really, whether it's snow, rain, sunshine, an island. It doesn't matter to me. It's something exhilarating and refreshing and natural.
Right.
Natural about it, with all the natural elements. The Highwayman, of course. And then my first movie before Edward's movie 10, with Bo Derek and Dudley Moore, and that was Julie Andrews. That's definitely memorable.
Was that the movie that sort of helped you? Was that the movie that helped you get a place with Flash Gordon? Obviously, having a.
Well, I think I did. As far as the audition I had when I was working for Blake Edwards, we were in Hawaii shooting, and he found out that Dino De Laurentiis wanted to see me again for Flash Gordon, so he helped facilitate that while we were filming in Hawaii, and made sure I got to the airport to catch a flight back to Los Angeles. So Dino asked me, he says, well, of course I embellished my story about working with Blake Edwards. I only had one line of dialogue in the entire movie at 10, and you wanted to know, well, tell me about this movie, because nobody knew nobody knew Bo Derek. Very few people knew Dudley Moore at the time, so I basically just embellished on two people. That was Blake Edwards and Julie Andrews, and he said, really? He goes, yeah, I got a great part. So I think that helped a little bit, the fact that I was doing a Blake Edwards film in 1978.
Right. Amazing. Okay. I've got one more question for you. Now, there's rumors of a Flash Gordon remake. Have you got any inside information on that?
Well, I don't think it's inside anymore. I knew over a year and a half ago that Matthew Riley, he's an executive at Fox Studios, that he acquired the screenplay rights.
Right.
And he brought on John Davis and some other people, and I believe, now it's been in development for over a year and a half.
Okay.
But I believe, and I know the screenplay rights have been purchased a couple of different times. I know Neil Moritz had it before that, who did all the Fast and Furious. And before that, Steven had it, who did Van Helsing and all that. But anyway, for some reason, none of these reputable movie makers decided to follow through on their option. But the reason why I believe that Matthew Riley at Fox and John Davis, the reason why I believe that this will come to fruition is that Matthew has a personal interest. Same as Seth MacFarlane. Matthew told me, he said, Sam, when I was 8, 9 years old, I saw Flash Gordon. It influenced my life so much. It impacted me that it was life changing for me. So with that said, it's not just an executive at Fox Studios who acquired the screenplay rights. He has some personal passion connected with it. So I believe that this will happen.
And do you hope they give you a good part in it?
Oh, yeah.
Would you play Flash
you know,
Gordon again if they said, "Here you go, Sam"?
Yeah, whatever it needs me. If it needs me for the dad, if it needs me for whatever it is, I'm good to go.
I heard something of I was reading another interview. I can't remember who it was with, but he said that if the lead part can do 50 sit-ups, I'll do 100. If he does 20 chin-ups, I'll do 30. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm at my age now. I'm probably in some of the best shape of my life, and I'm good to go. So whatever a young guy can do, I can do it as well. So none of the physical stuff bothers me.
That's brilliant. Well, I think they should do it. I think it'll be amazing. Well, Sam, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for getting back to me as well. You didn't have to, and for taking some time out just to have a chat with me, because it's been an absolute pleasure. So how freaking awesome was that? Don't act like you're not impressed. Sam was an amazing guy. It was such a privilege to actually talk to him. I was so amazed that he actually phoned me back and had time to talk to me for so long. I could have talked to him for ages. Such a great guy. Unfortunately, I was very mindful that he was phoning me from Mexico. He didn't really want to run up his bill. Anyway, make sure you comment below if you like this video. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us a share. And one more thing, if you would like to see Flash and all the cast from Flash Gordon at a reunion, the 35th anniversary reunion, it's at the 195 Piccadilly, home of the BAFTAs in London, at the end of the month, 28th of November, I believe. And you can still get your tickets on the Indiegogo page. Now what I'll do is I will put a link below in the description for you. If you all want to go, you get some awesome stuff. You get to meet the guests, get to meet some amazing people, get to meet Sam, and have an amazing time and get back to being a kid again, because that's what I felt like when I talked to him. I was just like, oh my god, Flash frickin' Gordon. Anyway, check it out, and hope you enjoyed the video.